Good morning to all. Today we are discuss about automobile engineering subject unit 4 steering, brakes and suspension systems. First we will discuss steering systems. The steering system, it provides a wheel swinging to the left of right. It provides vehicle turning as per the will of the driver. It provides the directional stability. It helps to control wear and tear of tires. It helps in achieving the self rightening effect. It converts the rotary moment to the steering wheel into angular turn of front wheels. It multiples the effect of the driver by leverage to make wheels easy to turn. It absorbs a major part of rod shocks in such a way from begin transmitted to hands of the driver. This is a layout for steering system. This is a layout. The steering system components are steering wheel, steering linkage, bitman arm, drag link, ball joints, tie rod, steering gears. These are the components for steering system. First of all, steering wheel. The steering wheel is called as a control wheel to steer a vehicle by a driver. It consists traffic indicator, switch, light switch, wiper switch, and second one is steering linkage. Steering wheel are turned by the steering linkage. It consists of pitman arm, ball joints, drag link, steering arm, spindle, tie rod, kingpin assembly. And third one is pitman arm, it which convert the output torque from the steering gear into force to the drag link. And next one is a drag link. It is connected between the bitman arm and steering arm. Ball point joints. These joints are connected to both end of the drag link and tie rod. It performs the angular displacement rotational moment of drag link and tie rod produced by the front wheel rotations. Tie rod. It is a tubular member. Both the left and the right tie rod arms are connected by this tie rod. The force is transmitted between these two components. Steering gear. The bitman arm is spline to the steering gearbox. Rocker arm at one end and the another end is connected to the drag link by a ball joint. This is a steering geometries. First one is caster, second one is a camper, third one is a kingpin inclination, and fourth one is toe in, and fifth one is toe out. A requirement for steering. These are the requirement for the steering system. It multiples the turning effects applied on the steering wheel by the driver. The shock of the rod surface absorbed by wheel should not be transmitted to the driver's hand. Whenever driver release the steering wheel after completing the turn, the wheel should achieve the straight head position immediately. It must keep the wheel at all time in rolling motion without rubbing on the road. It must be light and stable. Functions of the steering system. It provides the wheels swing to the left or right. It provides the vehicle turning as per the will of the driver. It provides the directional stability. Next we will discuss suspension system. In the suspension system, chassis of vehicle is connected to the front and rear through the medium of springs, shock absorbers and axles. All parts perform the function of protecting the parts from shocks. Suspension system has a spring and a damper. The energy of rod shock produced by the spring oscillates. These oscillations are arrested by the damper, nervous shock absorber. The components of the suspension system is spring, dampers, stabilizers. First of all, spring is used to shock from the road surface. Damper, shock absorber used to improve a riding comfort. Stabilizer used for anti-roll bar is to prevent lateral swing of the car. A linkage system to control the longitudinal and lateral movement of the wheels. Functions of suspension systems. To eliminate rod shocks from the transmission to vehicle components, to keep the proper steering geometry, to obtain a particular height to body structure, to resist the torque and braking reactions, to minimize the effect of the steers due to rod shocks, and the mechanism provide a effect. The prevent the structure of the vehicle from the shock loading and the vibration due to irregularities of the rod surface. Type of the suspension springs. First one is steel springs. The steel springs is classified into 4 different types: leaf springs, tapered leaf springs, coil springs, torsion bars. And then second type is rubber springs. This rubber springs classified into 5 types: compression springs, compression shear springs, steel reinforcement springs, progressive springs, phase shear springs. And third one is air springs. The air springs is classified into 2 different types: blow type springs and piston type springs. And fourth one is a plastic springs. This is a diagram for leaf spring suspension system. Type of springs: semi-elliptical springs, quarter elliptical, 3/4 elliptical, fully elliptical, transfer spring, platform type springs. This is the diagram for helper spring diagram. And next one is a coil spring. This is the diagram for the coil spring. This is the diagram for the torsion bar spring. Next we will discuss brake systems. First, this is a drum brake. This is a drum brake system, and second one is a disc brake systems, and third one is a pneumatic brake system. This is a schematic arrangement for pneumatic brake system. This is anti-lock braking system. This system is currently used for automobiles